is that inflammation is the primary root cause of chronic disease. That's why we talk about inflammation in the very first chapter. Before you even discuss cancer, diabetes, obesity, you got to get inflammation. Well, what about the inflammation that's caused by toxic thoughts? And that's where this concept of emotional detoxification hit me. I'm like, wow. And the number one thing, and this is proven by the research, is the physical ramifications of living in a state of unforgiveness. Unforgiveness has been linked to chronic fatigue, chronic pain, and especially fibromyalgia. Fibromyalgia is an interesting disease for a number of reasons. And not to take away from anyone who's been diagnosed with fibromyalgia, but it's essentially, you can't prove that anyone has fibromyalgia. It's a disease based off of the symptoms that someone has, and it's changed. It's like, okay, you need to have random pain in 12 spots, 8 spots, 4 spots. It's like almost like diabetes. What level is that magic level of glucose? What's that level of hypertension to make sure that your millimeters per mercury is too high for your heart? So fibromyalgia is almost like this junk-all term that medicine came up with to figure out, hey, you just have chronic pain scattered throughout your body. We don't know why. One of the reasons why is unforgiveness. And research has shown that walking people through an emotional detoxification program of forgiving people, feeling like you've been wronged, like who hasn't been wronged, right? Yeah. Feeling like you've been wronged, harboring unforgiveness can manifest to having multiple pain states throughout your body. And so when I'm writing in my book about chronic fatigue and chronic pain, which are basically synonymous, unforgiveness was one of the first things that I addressed, because how many of us need to do a little bit of work? And so this is where, coming back to the spiritual practice, it's like, how do you love others as you love yourself if you have a state of self-loathing? Meaning, do you hate yourself? Do you look at yourself in the mirror and say, wow, I'm fat, I'm ugly, I'm a failure, I've done this, I've done that? Do you need to forgive yourself of something, of some things?